for step 52, the headlights. Well, we're getting into the fun stuff now. I love doing this sort of stuff. So on K6, you can see here are the chrome pieces that are going to attach. And then, of course, we've got a bulb that's going to go inside there. So I've got those ready to go. And then, of course, you've got the light unit. And I've pulled everything out. So there's the actual unit itself. There's our headlights. There's our tail lights. And then, of course, we have these LED stoppers that have to be attached. And I've just pulled out 2 for now, along with these very tiny tapping screws. So the headlights are going to go inside there. And then these little stoppers are going to be screwed into the light itself so that they'll be held in place. So we're going to do those 2 first, and then we'll come down and work on the tail lights. So 52 technically is both the headlights and the tail lights. So we need to put those all together. And I think, yeah, with the tail lights, again, they're only giving you 2. And you can see here, it looks like there could have been another set of tail lights. It's okay. I'm not bothered about it. I haven't decided where I'll put them, whether we'll do it at the top or the bottom. Part of me feels like I'm going to put them on the bottom. Seems more realistic that the actual lights that are on are at the bottom of the lights. Yeah, we'll see. I'll when we get there. So I'll set this up and we'll work on the headlights first, then the tail lights. So first off, let's unwrap this. They've really kind of wrapped them up well. So that way we've got our headlights here, and I'm not sure, you can see TLU01, which are meant for the TLU01, but I don't think it matters which way they're to go on. But you can see that one set of lights has a gray and black wire, one set has a white and gray wire. I'm not sure that there's any particular reason for that. There's nothing in the instructions to show that, so I will just be installing it either way. I'm not sure that it matters. So if we grab K6, which is this piece here, and you can see that this top is higher than the bottom, obviously, because we're going to stick one set of lights for our headlight in there. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get this started, is this one here is going to go on like that, essentially. So I'm going to grab the smaller screwdriver, grab one of the tiny tapping screws, well, it's going to be very tiny, so let's stick that in there, stick that in there, and I just want to get the screw itself started. Which it has. You can see that it's going in, so that's fine. So let's grab one of our lights. So essentially it's going to fit so that this is going to go into the hole, and then the plastic is going to go over well, apparently it can't be done that way. So let's unscrew this, because if we stick this so that it's up and down, this is going to sit over top of that, and then it gets locked into place. So we'll grab our little screw, get it in the hole, And start screwing that in. You can see how that's holding those wires in. I'm just doing a check to make sure that it actually is holding it in properly. It is. So I can screw this down now all the way. Yeah. So you can see how that the stopper is holding it in from the two wires, and because of it, it's nicely in there. I should say it's a nice firm fit. So we can do the same thing with the other side. So essentially we're going to grab the other headlight. We're going to stick that one in that side. We're going to grab this and fit it over top. And grab another little screw and find the hole right there. I'll start screwing that in, make sure that it's going in. It is, and it's going in correctly, so we'll just screw this all the way down. Yep. So there we go. So you can see how that's seated on that one, and then we have the other one the way it's seated there. So this, obviously, once they're installed, this wire is going to go back to the light unit itself. So our headlights are in place. So we can now move on to the tail lights. So for starters, they want you to attach, and we're going to work with the left hand side, they want you to attach this chrome piece, which you can see K4 is going to fit on the other side. So if we flip this over, it's going to look like that. Now what's cool about this is the attention to detail, because essentially there's a sticker that's going to go over this, which is going to be the lights, like the tail lights in a true Bronco. So what's going to happen? The red light is going to show around the edges, and just like on a real Bronco, the tail lights are kind of an LED setup around the whole thing. So I think this is pretty cool. It's just again, the attention to detail on some of these smaller things is super cool. So we need to first attach this to make sure that it's going in. Yes. We need to attach this. Yeah. There we go. So that's on. Very cool. I like this design. And then we've got our red light. So again, we've got to unravel these. There we go. And again, we got to figure out which one's which, and it doesn't matter. So let's do this one for this one. So you can see that as it's the tail lights, and it looks like in terms of the design, if that's going to go in there, that's how it's going to fit. So knowing that's how it's going to fit, that means the bottom light is down here. And like I said, I think I want the bottom to light up more than the top. I don't know, I just feel that's more normal. So we're gonna grab one of the stoppers again, and of course it says LED stopper 1. So we'll grab another one from here. And we will grab one of the lights, stick that down at the bottom, grab one of the stoppers, slide that over the top, and now it's going to go into that hole. Grab one of the screws, they're very small screws to work with, but that's going in pretty good. Just make sure that's seated properly. And there we go. So there is one of our red tail lights. So I'll do the same. We'll do the same thing with the other one. So once again, if we grab our other tail light, we have this piece here that's got to attach just like that, which means we have one of the little screws that's now got to go into there, and grab our screwdriver. Yeah, and that feels good to me. Yep, I just need to tie it, screw it in just a little bit more. There we are. So there is the other tail light. That's very cool. So same idea. We're going to grab this. We know that this is at the bottom, which means that we're going to put on the other tail light by the bottom. So we'll put that just like that. And I just want to make sure, yes, just like that. We'll put the LED stopper over top. Just like that. And push that into place. And grab our screw. And I can hear that clicking in, so we know that's in the hole. There we go. So we'll screw that in. There we go. So there is our other tail light in place. So both of them now are ready to be installed. So that means step 52 is done. Now I have 2 screws left over, but the reason being is there's obviously another set of lights that we could get. So essentially they're giving you basically headlights and tail lights, but if you want more lights, those are bought separately. So I could have, but I'm not going to, at least not at this stage. So 52 is complete. So now we're going to move on to step 53 and attach the headlights.